3 weeks have passed since the Champlain Towers South condo collapse in Surfside, Miami. The death toll has reached 97, with 8 people still unaccounted for. Our last video addressed potential causes, but even without a known cause, a regulatory ripple effect is already beginning. Cities across the nation, from Jersey City to Chicago, are revisiting building safety regulations. Laws and regulations are already being drawn up and presented to state governments. Changes are rapidly coming to Florida, where residents and officials are understandably frightened and looking to avoid repeat tragedies.
What happened in Surfside is the perfect storm of years and years and years of the same thing going on, and there's no regulation saying that what they did was wrong. I think that the 40-year certification will probably be a 20-year. I think moving forward, they might give that a stricter timeline, something that they enforce. Because I see buildings that had their 40-year certification 3 years ago that are still taking care of items.
I think there will be a revamping of the county and municipal codes and their requirements for recertification.
Many worry that climate change contributed to the tower's collapse. Some experts believe that building laws are going to need to adapt to keep up with the changing environment.
Florida actually updated its building codes a whole lot after Hurricane Andrew for wind. So we're going to need to think about a range of risks that didn't hit the radar before. Flooding is going to affect a lot of real estate, and there may need to be some federal role in trying to limit risk exposure, and that because otherwise the federal government probably is going to be called upon to bail out homeowners or landowners. And at some point policymakers are going to wonder, should all the rest of society bear those costs? So there are going to be a lot of complicated issues.
Dr. Wheeler also believes that developers are going to have to adjust accordingly.
Well, there's always a delicate dance between the development community and the regulatory community. Nobody likes regulation, but it is important in many cases. So I think the development industry is going to need to learn to live with a bit more code in terms of safety.
More immediately, wariness in buyers is already cropping up in Miami.
I've seen a little bit of a slowdown, especially in the older buildings. I work with the title company down there, and they lost 3 deals where the buyer was just, they were kind of on the fence about buying anyway. In general, I think we're going to see a shift, and people are going to look at potentially newer buildings if they can afford them. And I think also that some buyers might just pause for a little bit until the regulations become law or rule.
Some experts say their fears are not unfounded.
Florida condo collapse is not an isolated incident. It is one of many in a growing wave of climate disasters, whether it's fires out west or extreme heat in Canada or flooding other places or wind. And as a society, we need to think ahead proactively. How do we anticipate these so that property owners aren't at risk and are not going to be killed by buildings falling down?
And if buyers' concerns aren't adequately addressed going forward, safety concerns will and should take precedence.
I knew someone that potentially was going to buy at the tower that collapsed about 1.5 years ago, and he walked away. So I think that buyers have to be more aware of what's going on. If something doesn't look right and you don't get an answer, walk away.
Check back with The Real Deal for the latest updates and outcomes as they unfold.